I got Kayvon Tyree. This is my buddy. We've had some great times. I mean, we really had some really magical times. Singer, performer, artist extraordinaire. This guy has graced so many stages in Las Vegas. Fantastic soul, fantastic person, and a showman, an absolute showman. And it's a pleasure to have you on the show. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I just got to give you love because I knew when we met, I know you was making moves before because I knew you had stuff in, Cali and all that other stuff. And then you talked about this show. And then like maybe 3 months ago, I saw you syndicated interviewing another person. And
I mean, you're in New York, 87, you moved to Vegas,
right.
Age 15, you're a teenager.
Right.
And then all of a sudden now this is a whole different environment that you're in. What was that transition like?
Well, first I was like right about 12 when I moved in. When I moved, my family and I moved from Vegas to Vegas from New York. And the transition was very slow. I said it's best, but very slow because New York is a quick-paced environment. It's very much, boom, 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 boom. Even though I was a kid and I didn't really know, I did see like this a lot of noise 24/7, 24/7. You come to Vegas, 87, early 88. In our part of town, we're right by the North Air Force Base. Very quiet, very serene. Outside of, maybe a plane rattling, making some noises, we're by the base, that kind of thing. But outside of that, just a slow moving pace. And it was just a different environment that, I mean, I barely understood the New York environment, much less adjusting to Vegas environment. But it was a slow adjustment.
Wow. So here you are. So you've always had a knack for music. You had a knack for singing. And I see that you joined the choir, Clark County. You're in the Clark County choir. I mean, tell me something about that.
So I got into it at 15. What happened was a family friend, we were doing the Upward Bound program. For those who don't know, it's a program that they have for junior high school kids. They usually have it around UNLV, at least they did at the time. And they just help kids, get their classes up, get their school up, give them good, motivation, keep them out of trouble, things like that. So I'm doing this, and there's a class that we're doing in one of the buildings at UNLV, and I'm just singing. I'm just not even thinking about it. The friend hears me sing. She goes, "You can sing." And I said, "Nah." Then some other girls heard me sing, and it was like, "Ooh." And I was like, "Hey." So at the time I had a lot of, insecurities, a lot of issues with self-esteem. So when you have a thought that you think is good for yourself and like your mother or your parent or a loved one says they don't think that's right for you, that cuts you really deeply. And I don't think they meant any ill will by it. Right. They just wanted what's best for you, and they know it's a hard business. But for me, it just cut really deep. So you just do other things. I got a gazillion jobs. Ended up having a child who's 22 now, beautiful kid. You just kind of go through and she's a beautiful lady, but and go through the peaks and valleys. But then I had some things happen in my life that made it very challenging for me. And by then, by these challenges, I'm like in my late 20s, early 30s. And it just took me away from my family, took away from my kid. And I'm just like, what am I doing? Why am I just going through the motions when obviously this is a thing that just completes me and centers me? So once I came to that realization, I just stopped BSing myself and just said, no matter what I'm doing, this is the end goal, is to make music, sing, and be a performer. And this was 2009 when I made that decision. So I left town for a while. I came back. I took like 3 years off of Vegas. I came back in 2009, and I've been working ever since.
Wow, that's fantastic, man. And I'm so proud of you. And I'm proud of everything that you're doing. If someone wants to follow you, know what's going on with you, how do they do that?
It's pretty simple. You can go to any social media platform. You can look up Kevon Tyree, which is Kevon, and then Ty, 2 R's, 1 E. If it's a strange name, Black people names. What do you want to do? We're weird like that. It's not like that. So if you want to catch me anywhere, go there. Or if you even want to make it simpler, you can go to linktree.com/Kevon Tyree, just the way I spelled it. It'll have all my social media there where you can go do it, which includes tickets to the Purple Rain show, which we do every week. Also, we have the new show that I'm doing on Memorial Day weekend, which is the Maxwell show that I got coming up on Memorial Day weekend.
Look at that.
Yep. So I'll be doing that on Sunday, May 28th. So if you're available, come on through, kick it. You can even go see, put this right here, put the QR code on there. Let me do it the right way.
Scan it, guys. Scan it. Scan it. If you're watching, scan it.
There you go, right there. $40 each. Will be hosted by R&R Radio, Mr. and Mrs. R, an international online radio show. They do old school R&B and new artists. And they've been doing that for, 10 years now. They're amazing. They're down with iHeartRadio, and they do amazing stuff. And yeah, man, my job is just to stay employed. The best way, right? So let's just keep it moving. Come out and see me, man. We'd be more than happy to see it.
You guys got to fill the seats. Keep this man employed. He's a phenomenal guy. I love him dearly. Kevon Tyree, nice to